Madam President, I move that we approve and adopt the agenda.
I second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve and adopt the agenda. Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The agenda has been approved. Presentation and approval of the minutes for the regular board meeting, January 17th, 2024.
Madam President, I move to approve the minutes from the last meeting.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes from our last meeting, January 17th, 2024. Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The meeting minutes for January 17th have been approved. Okay, limited public forum. The Board of Education welcomes public comments during the visitors portion of the school board meeting agenda. All comments must be related to a topic on the agenda for that particular meeting. The public comment section of the agenda will be the only time the board takes any questions or comments from the public unless we as a board choose to solicit more information from a person or a group attending the meeting on matters specific to the agenda. We have one member.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for coming. All right. And thank you to our wonderful attorneys for cleaning up our, I have to read that and repeat that so many times.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah. Okay. Superintendent report, Mr. Meyersas.
Madam President, members of the board, good evening. I want to go ahead and get started by sharing with you guys an experience I had today that was pretty cool. I was invited out to the prison to do the graduation guest speaker speech for the GED graduates, and so I went out there at 1 o'clock, and of course you get a little bit nervous when you do stuff like that, but we got it done. It was a pretty good experience for me. I really enjoyed going out there, and those individuals out there were really gracious. The fact that I took the time just to go out there and do something for them like that, as soon as the graduation was up, each one of them came by, shook my hand, thanked me for being out there. The warden was out there. I mean, it was a really great experience, and it's not the first time I speak in front of a crowd, but this one was like eye-opening for me for some reason. It was just like really cool thing to do, and I was of course real nervous about it to begin with, but it turned out to be a great thing, great experience for me. So you know, I think we have a pretty good working relationship with the prison with certain things. They want us to see if there's a way we can schedule in twofold. They want to see if we can consider bringing back what they used to call a program called Skirt Straight. And then they also want us to take some of our students in there for like a career fair and stuff, so they can go see, for in case when they graduate, they might want to go work out at the prison. So I want to be with the warden next week and want to see what we can get done with both of those things.
Great.
It was a great.
How many GED graduates?
There was about 5 GED graduates, but there was actually some that got their associate's degrees, and then there were some that were doing certification for OSHA and stuff like that. But they had a guy that gets up there and he's going for his doctoral in education.
Wow.
And that guy can speak, man. I was like, I'm glad I didn't go after him, because he was really good, smooth speaker, and you know, of course they have all the time in the world, but it does take a special person to focus on bettering themselves and trying to, you know, when the time comes, maybe, you know, they get out of jail or prison, and at least they have opportunities they didn't have before. So it was a really pleasant thing to go do. I really enjoyed it.
I think it's
Hey,
gonna
on
do
the-
like give them skills, you know, so they
Yeah.
can like go back out into the world.
On that Scarrett Street,
Yeah.
so whenever I taught summer school here, I went with a group of kids through that program, and they take you through prison, through SEG and everything. And oh my gosh, it scared me straight. It really did. But it was a really good program because like they had prisoners talk talk about what their life was outside of the prison walls before, and,
What you
you
lose.
know, yeah.
I bet it's
So
great.
it was really good,
Yeah,
it was
so,
good.
yeah, so we're gonna work on that and, see if we can get some organized and get it going. So moving on, I did talk, well, I didn't talk to Kimberly, she emailed me back, yesterday, I sent her another email to see if she was gonna, look over the list and so forth. She told me she was gonna be here tonight at the meeting, so I was expecting her to be here. But she did not send back anything on the list saying, yeah, I can do this, I can do that. She said she needed me, that I needed to get her the capital outlay plan, so, I wanna, I couldn't find it in my office, so I wanna look for it. Tim wasn't here today, so he probably knows where it's at. And then, Johnny's gonna look for it also, and then we're gonna go ahead and see what there's on there and so forth. But she did reach out to Johnny, I guess, and there's something in the packet where, for a contract or whatever else, but I was expecting her to be here, here for the meeting, so hopefully she'll show up here. Okay. I just wanted to give some, kudos to Officer Mann, our resource officer. That man has made a big difference in our schools. I mean, just even at the games, he really enjoys participating with the kids. They made him a sign that says cheer or go to jail, and he's all involved with the kids. He's really turned out to be a blessing in disguise, and it's great, that you walk out through the high school hallways and they're all in class doing what they need to do, or at least it looks like they're doing what they need to do, I guess. I just see the empty hallways, saw it. But I do wanna say that he's made a positive impact in our school district. And then good news, we got our bus. 2025 yellow bus. It was delivered to us on Monday, right around 12:30. And so it's here now. I think we just gotta get everything, all the paperwork taken care of. Once we get everything, the payment, whatever else, they'll send us a packet with the title and everything else, and we're good to go with that.
Great.
Update on the junior class fundraising money that was put into a separate account. Since the last time we talked, they have brought it to the school and we deposited it and so forth, so we move on. I don't know if you have anything else to add to it, Jen?
I do not.
Okay, so that's that. Update on the car break-ins at Yellow Jacket when we played Logan. Unfortunately, Officer Mann has not been able to get any video footage from our Toot Totem or Loves. And at Toot Totem, the issue is that it wasn't our Toot Totem where they used the card, it was in Delhart. And so we're thinking it was somebody that came for the game at night and then went home after that. And because we haven't seen a car of that kind or anything like, I mean, there's a couple that look like it. But as for us hoping to get video footage of who it was, it's probably not gonna happen, okay?
Because of the jurisdiction kind of thing, is that why?
Well, I believe, because I had him talk to the district manager at Toot Totem, and they kind of like said, well, we ran the card, but it didn't give us the amount. And I said, well, we gave you time and so forth to look at it, and I guess they went back and looked, and it wasn't this Toot Totem, so then they checked and they said it was over at Delhart because it's in Texas store. So unfortunately, we probably will never know who did it. And I mean, in our cameras, I know that I talked to Tim, and we're talking about putting some of those lights that he put up front in the back, so we have better lights, so that hopefully maybe we can see a license plate where we can see your face. But
You would think that they would want to share that, I mean, cause that person is now there,
yeah,
but
yeah,
maybe.
so, I mean, after waiting and waiting, one day I just walked into Toot Totem and I just got lucky. I talked to one of the employees and it just turned out that the district manager was there, so I was able to talk to her. And then I sent Officer Van down there and he did his thing, and then he came back and I said, unfortunately, we're not gonna be able to get anything done, so. Legislative updates, I had to call Greg Frostad there at the PED to get, because there's a lot of things going around and so forth. The for sure things that I know of is graduation requirements they have changed. It's still 24 credits, but now Algebra 2 is not needed to graduate, it's still offered, and then they give you a lot more leniency on the amount of electives and so forth that kids can take and so forth. So that's gone through. The other thing that, we did get there's gonna be a 3% raise for all state employees. So, I mean, that sounds great, but they don't tell you there's gonna be a 6% raise in the insurance. So, we end up losing 3%, but, oh well. And then the big one that was on the block that didn't get approved was where they were gonna move everybody up to a minimum of $30,000. It was not approved because there was no budget allocated for it. So with that in mind, I don't think the 180-day calendar is gonna fly, because if they didn't fund for the 30,000 minimum for all school employees, then there's no money there for additional days for 180-day. Now, the secretary did come out and say last week at our superintendent meeting that he was gonna make a decision on it, and he said by the end of the week, last week, nothing's come out. So that tells me no news is good news, because that means they just don't have the money to get it done. And so, for you as board members, what did go through is, the number of, training hours. It's not as bad as, I actually think it's probably a good thing. It's for all first year board members, they're gonna be required to do 10 hours. And then after the first year, then they only have to do 5, just the way it is now. And that's basically the only change they made on it.
When does that take effect?
When, she signs it into things, so it could be, it's for next year, not this year.
Oh, I was gonna say, because you all have probably got it.
Yeah, they've got
Hours
it already. Yeah, and then the other issue is we still have, they still have on the file, the issue where, we're pushing for the, state superintendent, state board of education, but that's not gonna happen for 2 years until this governor's gone. But there's a lot of support for that, and it's gonna happen when that time comes.
What about the attendance?
Attendance, I haven't heard anything on the attendance. My understanding is that they were gonna, get it out and put it, back into the courts so that the courts we could have some teeth to it, because as it is right now, there's nothing we can do. So, like I said,
That's one thing I kind of.
she still has some, maybe like a week or so to veto and sign and so forth. So all this stuff is, there. The one that's for sure is a 3% raise. I know that. And so, once she's done with whatever she's gonna do, then we'll know what gives. They'll send us a report and everything. And I'm sure Joe Guillen will send it to you guys and
Yeah.
we'll get there. So, are you on the, yet?
I got one today or yesterday.
Okay, because I talked to Lorraine to get you, it's better to talk to Lorraine than Joe, because she's the one that gets it done anyway, so. All right, so, and then, I know that at the work session, we also talked about possibilities of land that we own that we could consider selling. Now, I'm saying the word consider. We did, Tim and I did go to the county to get an idea on lots and so forth, and I have, you can look at them, I can tell you where they're at easier. There's at least 5 that I think, might be considered to get rid of. And of course, that's gonna be at your discretion. But there's 2 lots, the 2 lots that are right here, one here and one there. We don't use them, but we have to maintain them, we have to insure them. And then there's the other lot over here where the portable is gonna get moved out. That's there, with the portable being moved out, Justin's gonna have to, talk to either Plateau or Baco Valley to move the fiber over from that building over to the auditorium, so we have, Wi-Fi and all that stuff in there. So that, as soon as that's moved, that's something to consider. Then you have another lot right over here by the stadium where we park, that little square lot in the corner, right across from the tennis, what used to be the tennis courts, that's ours also. That's, a small piece there that, might be considered. And then we have the other lot that's over at junior high, across from Alvis and across from the low incomes, where, Apple has his little portion there, and then there's the parking lot. Well, then there's that other area there, that's also ours that, might be considered for selling it. And then we have the big lot that's over by the junior high, and we don't wanna do nothing with that one. We wanna be able to keep it so that hopefully we can, use it into, maybe turn it into a practice football field, a softball field, something. So, but those are those are the properties that are there. I mean, I have the maps here if you wanna look at them. I get lost there, cause it's crazy. So,
Are
any
they all the
questions on
same?
the lots?
Sorry. Are they all the same size lots?
Oh, no, these
They're all
are,
different
these are pretty much the same here, but the biggest one I wanna say is the one where the portable's at. And then the next biggest would be the one over there by the junior high parking lot, and then you have the one that's here, there. I think this was probably almost the same size as these other two, so, but those are them. Let's see here, maintenance projects that are going on. We have a contractor that's out there, putting out a sidewalk right there at Alvis where we drop off the kids, cause we had the crosswalk that would cross the street and go right into grass. There was no sidewalk there. The sidewalk was way over here, so, I know they poured it today. I drove by there to check it out. And so they did a slab and a sidewalk at an angle so that it goes right directly where the crosswalk is when they cross the kids on the drop off. And they go and like out, we sweep it and they don't have to be walking through snow. So that's gonna be taken care of. And then my understanding that for spring break, they're gonna do a slab over there at the junior high where the ladies back up the van for food. We're gonna do a slab there because it gets into a muddy mess when it rains or snows and so forth, so. But that one will be taken care of, for spring break hopefully. And of course, Tim Callis has been doing okay, well, first of all, updates on the fire panels. I know that Honeywell has delivered, some stuff over to, Alvis and get ready to get started. My understanding is they're wanting to get started, if possible, even through the spring break also to try to get as much as they can done before, with no kids around and so forth. So, but that, I have to keep getting updates from Jessica, and so when I find out what the start date or whatever it is, I'll forward it on to you guys. Okay. And then the last thing I have is the baseball field. Mr. Callis has been, we ordered 4 truckloads of the red clay, and Mr. Callis also went in, and I'm not sure what that gadget is that he bought, but he puts it onto the tractor and he levels up.
A box blade.
Thank you, a box blade, and so she knows better than I do. So, so he's used that and he's leveled it to the best that he can right now. And then he went ahead and spread out all that red clay, looks really nice. I did talk to the city, they're gonna come in and roll it for us the first time, and then after that, the guys they have a roller they can do. And so, I do think Mr. Callis is saying that, he thinks we'll probably, in the future, we're probably gonna still have to buy about 2 more loads to get it to where, you know, at least the infield is decent and so forth, and then we can start looking at whatever we have out in the outfield, the scrambles course that's out there, right? So, but baseball's right around the corner, so, we're trying to get that baseball field as in good shape as we
It's
can.
gonna be dangerous, huh?
Yeah, so, that's it for me. Any questions?
No, thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
Simon?
Madam President and school board members, the current enrollment for Albus is at 165 students, pre-K through 4th. On February 22nd, the high school FFA came to Albus and presented all about FFA as part of National FFA Week. All grades pre-K through 4th did rotating stations where they was a big tractor. They had horses and small animals. They had horses, they had small animals, and then they had vegetables. And all of the kids got to plant a seed. So a lot of people are gonna be having watermelons at some point at their house maybe. And so that was great. And I just wanted to give a big shout out to, and a thank you to Mr. Doherty and the high school FFA for providing that experience. Our students really, really enjoyed it. Not a lot has been going on in this last month, so I just have a couple of things here. In the Teachers Lounge, we've put up a new staff shout-out board. And it's a place where staff can attach encouraging words or praise to other staff members. I think this has become a great addition, and I feel that it's really started to boost staff morale. And so it's really great, and then every Friday, people take down their stars. So it says, superstar staff, and then I bought stars, and people write on them and tack them up there, and then at the end of the week, you get to take your star down. So then you have those nice things to help get you through some of those harder days. We had a company reach out to us a couple of weeks ago to see if we'd be interested in them providing bike helmets for all of our students. Of course, we said yes right away. They are going to be here March 7th and do a little presentation for all of our kids and then hand out bike helmets to each one of our students.
Cool.
Mr. Maestas called me last week and was like,
Like 10
there's
boxes.
boxes of helmets here. And I was like, oh,
Donating to
yeah.
football.
I didn't know this was
That's what I thought, there you go.
So we have those ready to go, and that will be great. As some of you know, because you're involved in it, Pee Wee basketball's in full swing. Albus, they do practices in Albus gym most Mondays through Thursdays, and stuff, so, that's great. I know that there's already been a couple of tournaments, and then the Clayton Little Tournament, Pee Wee Tournament is this weekend, starting tomorrow night. I think there's some games tomorrow night, and then, games Friday and Saturday. And, yeah.
So you guys need to come to the concession stand and buy some food.
Right, right. That is really all that I have this go round. Does anybody have any questions for me?
I'll figure something out.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Madam President, School Board, thank you for the opportunity to visit with you tonight. The first thing I want to talk about is the track schedule, the junior high track schedule that I gave out to each one of you. There's 5 track meets, which we think is a good number for our junior high kids. The one that I'm excited about, of course, is the Clayton track meet. We are gonna run on our new track.
Yes, that is exciting.
Really, really excited about it. All of you, please clear your calendars that day. because
Absolutely.
It takes about 50 people to run a track meet. If you guys have ever been involved in those, you need people in the press box, you need timers, you need adults at every field event, along with students, you need runners, you need rakers, you need all kinds of stuff.
My husband and I worked shop put for the past, what did I just say?
You're gonna
You
work
just,
out.
you just said Kim and John
Since
shot.
like-
put.
Yeah, that's, I'm pretty sure, and she was even holding her pin up.
No,
That's
no,
what
no,
it
no,
was.
I just meant.
But we,
No, I would help, I would definitely help.
our kids have started practice, we're busting them over every day, and so it's, that's exciting for us, but it will be fun to see track in Clayton again.
That's right.
Now
Is there
that-
javelin in junior high? Sorry.
No, that's okay.
There is triple jump, but not javelin, so.
Is that 5th grade through?
We're just doing a junior high meet, we're just doing a junior high meet, and, for the first go around, we're doing it with Des Moines. We're calling it the Clayton Des Moines Relays, and Jared Archuleta and he and I have visited numerous times already. They're gonna help us run it, and we invited 10 teams. And the 10 teams were Roy Mascaro, Logan, Maxwell. They're our size. We're not inviting Diamond, I'm sorry. We're not gonna invite Raton. We're gonna invite some schools that, our kids can have success against,
Yeah.
Diamond would roll up here with 100 kids.
I bet Des Moines has a lot of volunteers.
Yeah, Jared already told me they did, so I'll make sure. Any questions on the track schedule?
Looks great.
Okay, thank you. One of the things that was mentioned on our survey was incorporating more school pride into our building. So, last week, myself and Amaris and Ariana and a few teachers and student volunteers stayed after school till about 5 o'clock. We put up new bulletin boards in our building, and we put name tags on every student's locker. They're either yellow jacket oriented or bee oriented. A little bit elementary-ish, but even those older kids like this, they have their name on their locker now with bees or yellow jacket, however you wanna call it. But we put up 2 bulletin boards, one for spring, and another one was like a be kind, be happy, be, whatever. And so it did make a difference, and we've had some compliments on that too, so
Great.
that was one of the things that we did. Currently, our 8th grade class is doing a fundraiser. This is the first time that we've done an 8th grade trip since I've been here. Maybe it's the first group that I trusted to take anyone, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, but we are looking to go in May the 10th to Discovery Center in Wonderland Park. in
Great.
Amarillo. So, they're really excited about it. The next thing I wanna mention is we received this week. It's from Teach Plus. It's a certificate for innovation and education nominee. This is just a nomination, but it does say this certificate is proudly presented to Kaiser Elementary. We applaud the efforts you demonstrated in the area of implementing practices focused on student-centered, individualized instruction designed to increase student engagement and outcomes in early literacy and math. So we have been nominated for
Great
this
job.
award. So that's another good thing. And then, just like Mrs. Hyman, that's about all I have. There will be more information in March, April, and May on field trips, egg drop, fundraiser, track results, Pee Wee basketball, graduation, and et cetera. Any questions?
How many kids are at Kaiser?
Oh, I'm sorry. Kaiser's 57, junior high 64. Sorry about that. I got excited about my
So the
track speed.
fundraisers and, chicken pop,
Yeah, we're gonna be doing that. Kaiser's gonna be doing that later on.
what's the one now for the?
It's a 50-50.
Oh,
Yeah, so, yeah, like I said, they're gonna go to the Discovery Center and Wonderland Park.
That's awesome.
And if it rains, we're gonna go bowling,
Sweet.
yes.
Who's coaching the junior high track?
Actually, it's Josh Garcia is coaching, John Kimball is helping, and then I don't think this is anything official, so, but Dakota was asked to help with it too, but there's nothing official there. So, but Josh, he just come on, he
Yeah.
works them all out together, so.
Cool.
Any questions?
Thank you.
Okay,
thank you.
thank you all.
Okay, Mrs. Montoya's not here, she's at the game. Update, it's 15-13, Texas is up by 2 in the first quarter. At CHS, the juniors, they received their, the results back from the ASVAB on Friday. Juniors have set the date for prom, it will be Saturday, April 20th, 4/20, okay. Progress reports went out on Wednesday, students have 3 weeks to maintain or bring up their grades. And then some great news, Brianna Taylor has been chosen to sing the national anthem on Friday at 11:30 a.m. at the girls' 2A girls semifinal game at the state tournament.
Oh, cool.
That's so cool.
That's a good thing.
That's a wonderful job.
Yeah, and so
Sunbird.
that's all she had for CHS. For athletics, like I said, we're currently in district play. The boys played last night in Santa Rosa. They did lose by 7 points. So we're just now gonna have to wait and see on Sunday, see if they get seated. We're, right now, it looks like we're battling with Dulce for that last spot, the 16th spot, to see if we get in, don't get in. So there's a lot of different, things going on there. By any chance, you know if Boise City took their district champs? No? So that might play a big deal, because I understood that Boise City did well in the playoffs for basketball, the boys, and we beat them. So that could help us in the seeding, over Dulce, and of course, I think the strength of schedule will be in our favor also. So that's what's going on there. Right now, the girls are playing, like I say, Texaco. If the girls win, or when they win tonight, we will travel to Pecos for the district championship. If for some reason we should lose, then we should make the top 16. The only difference is that we might have to travel. Right now, it's looking like we will either have to travel to Peñasco or possibly Dulce to play there in the first round. So, but, you know, it all depends on what happens. Let's see what else. Oh, the powerlifting team went out to Raton on Monday, and Cassie can probably give you more info on that because she was there. But they did
They're so
win
good.
everything overall. How many first places were there? 7?
7
1 second.
and 1 second, and our second was second to a Clayton kid, so,
Wow.
yeah,
Awesome.
they did amazing.
That's so
They did amazing.
So
They're good, and their singlets are not as bad as
I
we
can
thought
tell
they
they
were.
were super proud of them by wearing their shorts and everything.
I don't blame them.
Yeah, it's kind of, put your Speedos on, boys.
Hey, but it's all about that gold, that's great.
I bet we have a minimum of 1 gold medal this year. I bet we do. So, minimum.
Awesome.
now, Mr. Cisneros is doing an excellent job with those kids, and those kids are really, giving their best. No, Jerry just trips me out when he walks down the hallway. You can't help it, right? He's just that built, he's tough, man.
And I've never seen a sport where kids support each other as much as they do in powerlifting.
Wow,
It's
I agree.
amazing. All the schools, all the coaches, it's amazing. If you ever get a chance, you should go watch one. It's amazing.
Vince is doing a hell of a job.
Yeah, he is.
FFA has a competition in Carrizozo. I guess that already happened on Saturday, February 24th. They have another competition on March 2nd in Tucumcari, and then they go to Texaco on March 9th. Okay, and that's, back here, she had all the district play, I just kinda told you what's going on, so. But, that's it for high school. If there's any questions of any of us, please ask. 122, I believe she has. And the girls are up 16-15.
Nice. How you getting all this?
I'm a little sidetracked right now, okay?
Alright. I mean, IT, yeah, me, I went to school.
You gotta go YouTube, do this.
Yeah, I know. Is YouTube working with it?
Go Jackets. Okay. Board communications. Do you all have anything? I have something, but.
No.
I wanted to read, I would have brought my glasses. An email I received from Dr. Nelda Isaacs. Hi Kim, I wanted to share this with you as Clayton Schools is part of this success story. As you know, Stephen is a product of Clayton Schools. From pre-K through graduation, Stephen, her son. Stephen was a very proud Clayton Yellow Jacket. Clayton Schools encouraged him and challenged him along his educational journey. When he reached junior high and high school, he had teachers who inspired him and continued to nurture his math skills. He entered college with strong academic skills that allowed him to work all the way through a PhD program in mechanical engineering. Today is a culmination of so many years of hard work. For the past 5 years, Stephen has been the senior engineer of a government satellite project. That satellite was launched into space aboard a SpaceX rocket. While the workings of the satellite are veiled in government secrecy, the satellite will be in space for many years to come. I wanted to thank Clayton Schools for being part of the success story. Clayton teachers allowed Stephen's dream to become a reality. Everyday teachers in Clayton inspire, challenge, and cultivate dreams. In this school system, each child is treated as a success story in progress. As I watched the launch, I felt the pride that only a mother can feel, and yes, I was misty-eyed. While the majority of people saw a powerful, fiery rocket climb into space, I saw a little boy's dream unfolding. I saw a 6-year-old's drawing of crooked rockets, a young boy struggling with algebra in junior high, and a college student taking math courses based in aerospace physics. As the satellite now circles the Earth, I cannot help but think that a part of Clayton Schools is also there. A piece of Clayton Schools and Clayton teachers is aboard that spacecraft. As the school board sets salaries, grapples with budgets, programs, teacher concerns, and a myriad of issues, I want each board member to share in the pride that one of Clayton Schools' own has achieved his dream. While all students have equally important dreams, I wanted you to know that the work you do so selflessly may not play out on a world stage, but it does play out in the everyday lives and dreams of students lucky enough to attend this school and proudly call themselves Clayton Yellow Jackets. As you look into the sky at night, no part of Clayton Schools is orbiting the Earth, but more importantly, know the work you do allows students to dream dreams. Blessings, Nelda Isaacs, PhD.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yes,
Yes.
that was awesome.
Yes.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Some of us did better in math class than others.
Did you go to school, Stephen?
No.
Oh, okay.
Stephen's a little older than me, yeah.
I've known him for a very long time.
19-17 at halftime. Girls are up.
Wow. Awesome.
board communications?
Can't top that.
I know. Financial matters, consideration and approval of financial reports.
Madam President and members of the board, after reviewing the financials, do you have any questions for me?
I read them previously, but my computer's at 24%,
No.
so.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Just still circle them.
Madam President, I move to approve the financial report.
I'll second the motion.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the financial reports. Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Financial reports have been approved. Item B, consideration approval of bars and transfers.
Madam President, members of the board, I have 7 bars to approve, and you have a list of them in your packet, and then I'll get Cassie the information for the minutes. And no bars, or no transfers, sorry.
Any questions on the bars and transfers?
Can you run down them real quick and just kind of explain them real fast for people that are slow? Like,
Sure.
What?
Slowly.
Okay.
Or computers.
The first
my
one,
computer's working now.
universal meals, we have 31,105, and that's to allow the cafeteria to do some scratch cooking.
Okay.
So, we're working on that with the cafeteria. And then fresh fruits and vegetables for the Albus, $281. And then teacher principal training, we got a bar for $55,498. But if you look at the actual, like your little sheet that I put in there, it'll give what we borrowed and then what we actually have in budget. So, and then the Carl Perkins Secondary, $526 extra. The ARP ESSER 3 fund, they decreased the bar 45,166, so we wouldn't overspend, because if you add, our budget plus what we spent, we're gonna be over.
Okay.
So they just do a little adjustment so we don't overspend.
Okay.
And then SB 9 state match, this is the cash. And this is money we can kind of like bank, we can keep it, because there's not an expiration like when you have to spend it. So we can like use it for the fire panels or, stuff like that. If we want to do that, if not, we can spend it.
Cool.
And that was $50,336.88. And then the kitchen grant that we received, it's for $200,000, and it's a match. We have to purchase stuff, and then they reimburse us, so. And we have an application that Mr. Meistus and Maggie did,
Great.
so we have to follow that, as far as the expenses. So-
Thank you for explaining that to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, thank you.
Madam President, I move to approve the bars.
A second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the bars as there are no transfers. Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Bars have been approved. Okay, moving to action items. Consideration and approval of hiring Kimberly Legent lobbyists.
And I think everyone has a proposal. She just dated it from July 1 of '24 to June 30th, but she said if we want to start it, like in March 1st through June 30th, that she can do another contract, for like the short term, and then we can decide maybe if we want to, do that for the next year, or however you guys want to proceed.
And we're financially able to do this.
We are.
Now, we were still waiting for something from her?
Like I said, she did, I emailed her again yesterday, she did reply. She told me she was gonna be here tonight, but she didn't get back anything on that list I sent her on what she could or couldn't do. She said she wanted, look at the capital outlay plan, so I gotta find and get it to her and so forth. Tim wasn't here today, so he can help me out with that. But that, she didn't, like, per se, all she said that once, her contract was signed or whatever, she could start doing stuff or whatever, so.
Well, I'm sure it's hard to do work whenever you're
Right.
getting paid for it, yeah, but, so, but,
Madam President, I move that we hire this service starting March 1st.
My second.
it's been moved and seconded to hire Kimberly Legent lobbyists starting March first?
First.
I think so.
You can make a second if you want. Saves the day.
Yeah.
Just now.
Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All
Aye.
opposed?
Oh, aye. I didn't know that if you seconded it, you can say
All
aye.
opposed?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Madam President,
Yes.
I move to amend that motion by putting to the end of the fiscal year,
So that will be
March 1st through June 30th.
Yes, to June 30th.
through June 30th of this year,
Yes.
2024?
second.
Okay, so wait.
You just wanna hire
Oh,
3 months?
okay,
Or-
because then we have to do a new
Yes.
contract.
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Because we have to start our year all.
Explain yourself.
Yeah.
Not everybody.
No, I understand.
Okay, okay, so we have an amendment to the, item of hiring Kimberly Legent lobbyists to say from March 1st through June 30th. And then we'll put it on our agenda again, right? Yes. Okay.
I seconded it. Second.
Okay. It's been moved and seconded to amend the action item to say the approval of hiring Kimberly Legent lobbyists from March 1st through the fiscal year June 30th. All those in favor, please say aye. All opposed? Okay, great. And then we'll revisit that in June. So that we can start it up in July, right?
Yes.
All right. Now, are our visitors here?
No, they're not here. I don't know what happened. I sent the invite, but, yeah, they had sent the, the board presentation, but I guess we'll just have to, yeah,
Table and do it for the next week.
Does it have to be done by a certain time?
no.
Sorry.
Okay.
But we can't approve anything until he finishes his
Oh.
services.
Okay.
Madam President, I move to table.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and seconded to table the, approval of the 22-23 annual audit. Any discussion?
So that you guys have in your packet, I'll need that.
Okay. Right here?
The actual audit, if anybody has it in the packet. You might not have
I
it.
don't have it.
Okay.
Okay. Do we want to just,
Just whatever.
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, so the 22-23 annual audit has been tabled.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. Consideration and approval of nominations for 24 NMSBA Student Achievement Award. This is something for our new members, but this is, student achievement is like where you, in the past, we've, thought of like different entities that help boost our student achievement or individuals. And by all means, this is a discussion and decision of the entire board, but I did think of two staff members because I think it's important to highlight staff as well. But I did think of two staff members that were very deserving of the Student Achievement Award. And I thought of Adrian Hidalgo, who does everything, everywhere, at any time, and always has, and always is for her efforts, and the first thing I thought of was taking the kids to the nursing home, and, you know, just, she goes above and beyond, and
She's always there to help us with basketball, taking the
she does.
book and everything else.
Keeping
She
the
does.
clock.
She
Just
does.
wanna keep the clock, yeah.
I've seen her, yeah, I've seen her.
She did all volleyball, she's cheerleading sponsor.
Mhm.
I mean, she's not this year, but she's done numerous things.
She picks up the reins and goes.
Absolutely.
So, but, I mean, I think we get one award free, and then if we wanna add any, it's like $40 to $50 to add those awards, so I'm just throwing those names out there, but it's, I don't know, I've just been noticing these people for a long time. Of course, we have a lot of people who do some great things, but
Does anybody else have anybody?
I mean, I think Vince too, I think Vince was.
yeah, we've given Vince one.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
did
yeah.
give one.
Mhm.
Yes,
He did.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he did.
It's hard when you start singling out teachers because we have so many.
many.
excellent teachers.
Absolutely.
I'm just thinking.
I have several in mind,
Yeah.
but, I mean,
Right.
we can't recognize everybody every year.
Right, so we can start making sure, or, you know, maybe we want to think about, putting on our item for a future meeting, maybe thinking of our own, you know, individual
Mhm.
awards.
I like that.
So.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Maybe we could do
That's a
that,
good idea.
I'm all about it.
right?
Madam President, I move that we approve the nominations for 2024 NMSBA Student Achievement Award. Is that right? Okay.
So for Adrian Hidalgo and Lynette Jacobs?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve the nomination for 2024 NMSBA Student Achievement Awards for Adrian Hidalgo and Lynette Jacobs. Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Right.
All opposed? So we will need to turn Adrian Hidalgo and Lynette Jacobs' name in ASAP, because I think those are due on Monday.
Eight, yes.
The 8th?
Eight
I
is
thought it
good.
was
No, I saw-
I'll do it,
Okay,
I'll do
it
it
is the
tomorrow.
8th.
I believe
Okay.
you do
Yeah,
tomorrow,
I'll
yeah.
do it tomorrow.
Thank you, appreciate that. Okay. Items suggested for future meetings, so we wanna discuss that.
The audit,
Audit.
and then I do have to bring forward to the board, the approval of, doing a co-op with Des Moines for football. We've already done the paperwork with, the NMAA. I need to reach out to, Cody.
More firepower, let's
Reach
go.
out to Superintendent Sumter, and we need to, what we need to do is we need to come up with how,
Des Moines kids can come.
like if there's monies that they have to pitch in, or what they have to do, or whatever, what expenses they would have to do, so I'm gonna reach out to
I love that.
Cody and see what we can get that done, and then I will bring it to you guys, next month, and she will take it to their board next month to get it approved. We got about 7 kids that wanna come play football.
Awesome.
Let's go.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's, and you know what, I'm so glad for our students too, that we'll have more manpower out there, that's great, love it.
Tell them whenever they wanna come play basketball in front of them. That's whatever you wanna do, come on, you guys.
I know, there's,
Yeah, there will be, they're good.
They're-
I don't know what else, if there's any we could,
yeah, that, it, okay. All right, so then we will move into executive session, for item A, NMSA 1978, section 1215H2 pertaining to the discussion of limited personnel matters, consideration of complaints against a licensed employee. We do have to have a roll call for this. We have to have a motion.
Madam President, I move that we go into executive session.
Second.
All right, by roll call, we'll,
Gus Wood, aye.
Mike Barnes, aye.
John Trujillo, aye.
Jane Leal, aye. All right, the board will go into executive session. I don't have to repeat that.
25.
Ma'am,
All right.
You guys take some cookies.
Here.
Okay.
Not that.
Okay, but do you need this